Hello lovely viewers, and welcome back to the Bold and the Beautiful News official YouTube channel. In a profoundly poignant moment that has won over admirers all around the globe, the bold and stunning bids are owed to its historic home at Television City. As the venerable soap opera prepares to move after an incredible run of more than 37 years on the set, John McCook, the adored actor who has played the charismatic patriarch Eric Forrester on The Bold and The Beautiful for decades, recently posted an emotional farewell to the iconic Television City studios in Hollywood on Instagram. A moving reminder of the interpersonal relationships forged in the television production industry is provided by Cook's article. He added a new dimension to his perspective by describing the studio as more than simply a place of employment. It was a live repository of his career path, replete with sentimental layers spanning 50 years. McCook spoke on the studio's architecture, which generated a feeling of ageless inventiveness with its spacious sound stages and mid-century modern style. These motivated him every day, giving the impression that he was entering a gateway into the past of entertainment. Exploring his earliest recollections, McCook disclosed that his association with Television City extends beyond his popularity as an actor, dating back to a modest yet captivating start as a pianist. He used to sit at the keys and provide musical accompaniment for different concerts and rehearsals in the early days of his career, before he was in the limelight as a soap opera star. He clarified that this position was more than a simple employment. It served as an entrance to the enchantment of entertainment, where the songs he sang blended with the drama and hilarity taking on all around him. To elaborate, picture McCook as a young musician, consciously setting the groundwork for a future in the business as his fingers dance over ivory keys during live broadcasts. He imaginatively compared those early encounters to a symphony of opportunity, in which the prelude to his remarkable journey was produced by every note played in the studio's reverberating halls, combining his love of music with the allure of the performing arts in a manner that molded his creative spirit. A major element of McCook's homage was the allure of Television City's past, with special attention paid to the fabled Stage 33, a location rich in television folklore. The legendary Carol Burnett performance, which gave millions of people delight with its famous comedy, was formerly held on this sacred land. The theater had hosted legends like Red Skelton, whose slapstick humor had spectators in stitches, and Judy Garland, whose ethereal voice filled the air with songs of yearning and hope, McCook said, expressing deep love for the venue's colorful heritage. McCook came up with a striking new element when he related a personal story about seeing old photos of Garland practicing in the studio archives. The brilliant lights gave him the impression that he was speaking to the spirits of the heyday of entertainment. He underlined how these historical allusions gave his own work a deeper sense of respect and served as a reminder that each performance builds on the contributions of its predecessors. Possibly the most thrilling phase in Stage 33's existence. Elvis Presley's historic live performance on the Ed Sullivan program was one example, as McCook noted. A moment that enthralled a country and transformed music broadcasting. The industry was rocked by the king of rock and roll's jaw-dropping performance, which revolutionized broadcasting by fusing raw intensity with popular appeal. By characterizing the stage as a time capsule of revolt where Presley's charm still appeared to linger in the background, McCook cleverly rephrased this. He created a contemplative scenario to give depth, in which he would picture the loudness of the audience from that fatal night on calm nights on set, experiencing the historical vibrations that have influenced contemporary creations. He pointed out that this feeling of perpetual energy gave the studio a sense of life even during quiet times, creating an atmosphere that allowed creativity to flourish without being constrained by time. Despite the physical sets being removed throughout the years, the chefs both did a fantastic job of capturing the tangible excitement that filled Stage 33. He described standing by himself in the darkened room, his eyes closed as if calling up the last echoes of cheers, raucous laughing, and moving music from the past. In addition to providing a fresh creative aspect, this routine he shared became a personal custom and a means of recharging among the strains of filmmaking. In his depiction of Eric Forrester, McCook said how this throbbing life energy gave the character a depth derived from the studio's unseen aura, which may have contributed to Eric's fortitude in the face of family tragedies. He felt that the soul of the stage would endure long after the lights went off, since this enchantment was both timeless and ethereal, a monument to the human connections created through art. McCook carried this idea to the larger studio, considering how the enchantment permeated every area, even the streets he frequented on a regular basis. He felt a rush of that historical magic every time he went past stage 33, a mixture of inspiration and nostalgia. In an imaginatively elaborate detail, he compared the studio hallways to a museum of recollections, where lost props and fading posters whispered tales of struggles and victories, reminding him of his own transformation from pianist to soap opera star. He said that this enduring resonance was evidence that genuine enchantment in entertainment exists in common experiences that cut across generations rather than being limited to scripts or settings. A mindset that has helped him navigate the highs and lows of his career. McCook expressed a bittersweet excitement as The Bold and the Beautiful was about to leave its beloved Stage 31, where many Forrester family sagas have played out since 1987. He conveyed his steadfast belief that the artistic alchemy fostered by the actors, crew, and storylines spanning over many decades would persist in the void ingrained in the environment itself. McCook made comparisons to how soap operas like B&B provide viewers with enduring emotional impressions in order to develop a fresh analytical perspective while maintaining attention. Imagine enormous narrative twists including love triangles and business intrigues that reflected the intricacies of real life, much like the studio's lasting effect on its residents. He proposed that this lasting legacy will keep the spirit of invention alive by serving as an inspiration for future performances. During these farewells, rumors have circulated in the business concerning McCook's recent health issues, leading to conjecture that he may retire early from his position. Concerns have been raised by fans, who have added creative details and pointed out how his health may affect the show's course. Production-related sources allude to minor on-screen changes, such as Eric Forrester dealing with contemplative narratives about familial ties and legacy, which may be a subliminal reference to McCook's actual situation. Eric's remarkable acting skills, developed over 50 years, has established him as a mainstay of daytime television by skillfully fusing power and fragility in ways that evoke strong emotions. If McCook were to go, there would surely be a huge hole in the B&B world, and fans would have to lament the passing of a time. Extending in an innovative way. Consider the repercussions. Younger people taking on leadership positions might lead to new rivalries that respect Eric's impact while advancing the plot. There is conjecture that Eric's plot may end in a moving death, maybe from a disease associated with aging, enabling a respectful goodbye that reflects the actor's elegant views. The interesting debut of a new, enigmatic Doctor on The Bold and the Beautiful will then be discussed, positioned to give Liam Spencer a chance to overcome his severe health condition. As the plot develops, viewers will be treated to a new level of suspense as The Bold and the Beautiful introduces a confrontational new Doctor who may be the key to Liam Spencer's survival in an exciting turn that is sure to upend the Forrester and Spencer worlds. With Liam fighting a serious brain tumor that has left his loved ones without hope, this discovery arrives at a crucial time. To add to this, Negan highlights the tense atmosphere as rumors of this doctor's unusual practices circulate among the wealthy in Los Angeles, suggesting novel approaches that combine state-of-the-art technology with morally dubious situations. This individual is deftly positioned in the tale as a wild card with the ability to change alliances and family relationships in ways that mirror the show's history of spectacular medical miracles. This high-stakes plot begins with Dr. Grace Buckingham securing Liam's admission into an ambitious experimental treatment program made possible by a generous infusion of funds from his father, Bill Spencer. This is similar to previous arcs where characters defied the odds through creative interventions. Bill spends every penny of his enormous fortune because he sees it as a lifeline for his kid in the midst of his illness and dejection. At a scenario that has been imaginatively reworked, viewers may see Grace at a peaceful moment at her workplace, her face glimmering with a mixture of relief and anxiety, as she checks her phone to confirm the arrival of $1 million wire transfer that completes the transaction. This additional funding not only demonstrates Bill's tenacity, but also introduces a fresh creative component. Maybe Grace thinks back on her own history. She becomes increasingly involved with Liam's situation as a means of redeeming her career legacy since she finds it difficult to finance medical research. Grace takes charge of Liam's first surgery at the start of the voyage, a delicate procedure meant to stabilize him and set the stage for future developments. But the path to recovery is not simple. It involves many stages that call both accuracy and creativity. Using more imagination, This procedure may be shown as a dramatic operating room scene with beeping monitors and a group of experts hovering. The emotional stakes are raised by the way flashbacks blend Liam's recollections of better times spent with Hope and the children. Liam must stick to this continuous routine if he is to really take back his life, creating tension with each step and serving as a reminder to viewers of the precarious state of health in the soap opera's constantly twisted plots. As he moves on to the next phase of his therapy, Liam will go to a private clinic, a cutting-edge establishment cloaked in secrecy that offers specialized care out of the public view. Here he will work with an unidentified physician whose knowledge and experimental procedures may be the key Liam needs to create a new detail. Imagine the clinic as an opulent, high-tech sanctuary tucked away in the hills, complete with individualized AI diagnoses and holographic imaging, signifying the Spencer Empire's blending of luxury and technology. As fans conjecture about the doctor's identity, the suspense grows. Theories range from a newcomer adding foreign flair to the Los Angeles scene to a returning player with ulterior motives. The mystery surrounding this doctor's position threatens to provide startling insights that might change Liam's destiny, even if their name is now unknown. This element of mystery adds a unique edge and keeps viewers interested as they wonder whether this person is a savior or something more complicated. Early hints could have surfaced via mysterious emails or anonymous information that Grace gets, stoking conjecture about alliances forged behind the scenes of medical conferences and connecting to more general themes of treachery and trust that have long been mainstays of BNB narratives. Spencer is unfazed by the overall shoddiness of the whole setup, from secret plans to a known variable leak, and is focused on any chance that Liam's brain tumor could be cured. His unwavering devotion demonstrates a father's unwavering love, which is prepared to ignore warning signs in the quest for a solution. In a creative extension, Bill may confess his misgivings to a trusted ally, like Justin, exposing inner struggles that deepen his character and demonstrate how his previous business transactions have softened him towards family issues while hardening him to ethical difficulties. Of course, there are many warning signs, especially given Grace's recent behavior, which suggests she is under a lot of stress. Her normal poise crumbling under pressure. This discomfort raises concerns that she may be blackmailed into enrolling people like Liam in the program. Imaginatively rewritten, and seeing Grace getting a sinister late-night call, her hands shaking as she accepts the conditions, suggesting a network of exploitation that would reveal weaknesses in her private life, perhaps connected to family secrets from her Buckingham ancestry. The new physician is shown in this scenario as maybe having a darker side. The pursuit of profit above the well-being of patients adds a dark undertone to the ideal of the kind healer, who may be motivated more by financial incentives than by pure generosity. However, it fits with the show's allowance for multifaceted, developing antagonists. Imagine that the doctor's past includes a contentious patent on the cure, leading to competition with pharmaceutical behemoths. This may attract other characters such as Steffi or Rich for unanticipated crossovers. However, given that soap operas seldom engage in such storylines without a means of forgiveness and survival, the plot's direction clearly implies that it is designed for Liam's eventual success. Despite covert motivations, the experimental strategy is set to provide the innovations Liam sorely needs. If creatively expanded, this may lead to a breakthrough moment when test results reveal tumor shrinking, which is celebrated with happy family reunions that reaffirm themes of optimism and resiliency. This is Bill's chance to make up for previous transgressions, such as his contentious choice to arrange Luna Noah's release from jail, because he is paying for it and handling the logistics. It's an opportunity to mend fences and show that he has matured in his father position. In a thorough new edition, Bill contributes to a meaningful dialogue between father and son at the clinic, where regrets are exchanged and pledges of a closer relationship are made. To arouse nostalgia and encourage progress, the chat may even include recollections of Liam's early years. In addition, Bill wants to make up for past transgressions in his relationship with Liam in order to create a fresh bond that could impact future stories. In a creative way, this redemption arc may include Bill supporting community health programs in Liam's honor, transforming his personal tragedy into a larger good, and demonstrating his transformation from a heartless businessman to a kind father. Anticipate casting announcements that will excite the fan base with the prospect of a well-known actor as the mystery doctor's arrival approaches. Assuming the position. Any updates that could provide insight into the character's motivations or relationships to current plotlines will be communicated to you. We'll then find out about the surprising turn of events where Steffi Forrester could be able to make amends with the infamous Sheila Sharp, which might change the dynamics of the bold and the beautiful family. Steffi Forrester finds herself at a turning point in a narrative development that is teeming with possibilities for atonement and forgiveness. Pondering a daring choice about Sheila Sharp's role in her husband Finn's life. Following a terrifying event in which Sheila valiantly intervened to stop Luna Natsua's terrible plans, is unclear whether this courage will ultimately secure Sheila a place in the family. Imagine Steffi contemplating in the silence of her Forrester Creations office while surrounded by drawings of previous designs as she considers the difficulties of forgiveness in light of Sheila's turbulent past. This would add a layer of reflection that emphasizes Steffi's development as a character who has frequently been betrayed but has come out stronger. The show's viewers are familiar with the dramatic confrontation in which Sheila suffered a foot injury while protecting Steffi. Without her help, the situation may have turned much more terribly. Even though the wound hurt, it demonstrated Sheila's courage to risk her life, turning what might have been a deadly encounter into a bearable one. Building on this imaginatively, imagine the tumultuous incident flashing back to Steffi like a sharp memory. The metallic odor of dread, Sheila's resolute charge, and the sound of gunshots that would have ended Steffi's future now act as a turning point that tests long-standing animosities. Sheila played a crucial role in the rescue, but Steffi has been outspoken in her appreciation of Liam Spencer for his life-saving actions. By combining bravery and fast thought, she was able to prevent calamity and change the course of events. Perhaps in a creative new detail, Steffi watches security footage in slow motion as Sheila's intervention creates the fleeting chance for salvation during a late-night review. This makes her reevaluate who really deserves credit in this web of alliances and enmities that define the soap's complex relationships. When Finn hurried to the scene, and Shaw quickly stressed that she wasn't the aggressor and emphasized her involvement in stopping Luna from striking Steffi fatally, it was a pivotal moment. Sheila's quick reactions were key in preventing what may have been an irreparable catastrophe by grabbing the pistol at that critical moment. Finn subsequently discusses this with Steffi over a candle at supper at home, describing Sheila's comments with a depth and vision. Mixture of emotion and perplexity, sowing the seeds of doubt in Steffi's determination and demonstrating the emotional repercussions that such disclosures may have on the harmony of a marriage. Furthermore, Sheila skillfully planned a diversion by knocking down our materials in the area, which confused Luna and gave Liam the advantage to eliminate the danger. This brilliant strategic move demonstrated Sheila's ability to be inventive under duress. Her actions seem like a poetic fusion of creativity and survival instincts, which gives a new dimension to her character's transformation from villain to possible ally. This diversion, creatively reimagined, could be linked to Sheila's own artistic past, possibly a nod to her hidden talents as a sketch artist from her days on the run. In essence, the rescue was a team effort, and Sheila's contribution was crucial in saving Steffi from impending danger, indicating that she should be compensated in some way for her efforts. This cooperative dynamic demonstrates how, in times of crisis, even improbable heroes may step forward, changing views and creating a new element. Imagine Steffi receiving anonymous thank you notes from witnesses who subtly give Sheila credit. This would force her to face the fact that, in a world where the Forrester family's loyalty is continually put to the test despite losing yet another toe in the call, Steffi might find comfort if it opens up precious moments with her beloved son Finn. Despite its severity, this setback could serve as the impetus for long-overdue bonding. Using your imagination, picture Sheila recovering while looking at old pictures of Finn as a kid. The thought that this injury may serve as a badge of honor, signifying her will to improve and gaining her a hesitant welcome back into his life, fuels her resolve. Sheila has accepted the limits established by Finn's family and has come to terms with maintaining a respectful distance from him. However, the gravity of this life-or-death situation might make Steffi more lenient. Empathy may be cultivated by the shared pain, creating new opportunities. In a novel twist, Steffi could have a nightmare in which she relives the assault and wakes up with a fresh understanding of Sheila's protective tendencies, reflecting maternal ties that are central to the show's themes of forgiveness and second chances. Assuming that Luna is no longer a danger, Steffi might show empathy for Finn, allowing him to develop a relationship with his biological mother. Their relationship would undergo a dramatic change as a result of this adjustment, striking a balance between prudence and humanity. To expand on this, think of a family therapy session in which Steffi expresses her anxieties while also demonstrating her readiness to mend past hurts. This incorporates contemporary psychological concepts that give the soap opera's depiction of emotional healing more authenticity. If this happened, Steffi would go on with alertness, making sure protections are in place, and yet giving Sheila's bravery the credit it deserves. In order to reward beneficial change without disregarding dangers, a careful balance must be struck. Ingeniously, this may include establishing guidelines such as monitored visits and using Steffi's experience at Human to bargain for conditions at Forrester Creations as if they were crucial. Imagine Steffi confronting Sheila about her troubled history in a heated exchange, contrasted with acknowledgments of her recent development and metamorphosis. This conversation might heal divisions by addressing complaints and recognizing progress. For more context, the scenario may take place in the exquisite garden of the Forrester home, where roses are in bloom, signifying rebirth, while Steffi lays out a plan of action that supports Sheila's attempts at rehabilitation. Steffi could be persuaded to allow Finn and Sheila to gradually reestablish their relationship if she sees evidence of Sheila's repentance. Casual meetups and other little gestures might be examples of this. Perhaps Sheila creatively incorporates cultural heritage into these interactions by sharing family recipes, which enhances Finn's feeling of self and gives their reunion poignant undertones. Finn visiting Old Giardino, sometimes for lunches with Sheila, and neutral ground for hesitant steps towards normalcy may be a workable beginning. Without undue pressure, this approach would permit organic growth. To further, imagine these meals turning into deep discussions about Finn's medical career, with Sheila providing unexpectedly perceptive counsel that humanizes her and contrasts her previous transgressions. In the end, Steffi may give Finn the freedom to decide whether to pursue or forego a more committed relationship with Sheila. This laissez-faire attitude preserves their marriage while honoring his independence. In a creative version, Finn might write in his diary and exchange passages with Steffi, transforming personal struggles into chances for mutual development that improve their relationship.